Day 134. It's so hot in here. I should go somewhere, but change of plans. So from fully dressed now to bikini mode. And I'm gonna go to the beach. Or something. And yeah, so today I had ground beef with sheep cheese. I'm doing, so many different kind of things. I just eat every day the same thing. But I had Anthony suggest, one of the UK carnivores, suggested that because I do have still my guilty pleasure with my protein bars. I just this is like really really hard for me. But he suggested, oh my god, to make just the ground beef with maybe some butter, ghee, tallow, whatever, freeze it, then turn it into yogurt, and then sprinkle it with some 100% cocoa powder. So I went shopping today to the grocery store, and I had a little bit of variation. I tried it, but it didn't really taste good because of the way I prepared the bars. So I tried something different, and I made like little balls, just the ground beef with some double cream. Double cream, by the way, that's just mascarpone and whipped cream. It tastes the same. And you can make it like this way. So for people who doesn't know what double cream is, because I didn't know, we don't have that. So, and then put in some 100% cocoa powder in it. Cocoa powder is not carnivore, but if I eat my protein bars, that's much worse than to create something that's a little bit more carnivore based. Yeah, that's what we're gonna see. Maybe we can try it. Should we try it together? Yeah, we will try it maybe together. um, and yeah, I made, I think, 2 videos today, and I just stopped to upload because I was so angry. I was so angry with carnivores in general and the influencers, and that's the stupid thing. When you're too much on social media, you get upset with a lot of things. So it's very good that the internet here sucks. So it takes forever to upload a video, so I can stop it. Because I think that most people would then get angry. Yeah, because I did have I don't know if it's still there, but I did have a sunburn. And I do think that a lot of carnivores doing other, like now with the information and not sharing the right amount of information, are doing really not a justice to a lot of people, because people think then after a couple of days even eating carnivore, oh, and I don't get sunburns, so yeah, great, let's lie down in the sun, and they then get burned. And I think it's really in not responsible to do it that way and to share these kind of information in that like they did right now. And I'm really not happy with that, because in my country, when I do the same like I do here in the UK now on holidays, I don't get burned. But in the UK, I immediately got a sunburn. I turn very quick brown, so it's fine. But I was red today. So for me, it takes about a couple of hours to get brown. And in a video, you will never see the right thing. I don't see that. It's still a little bit red, but and the thing is that the sun everywhere else is different. They say, our ancestors haven't been afraid of the sun, but our ancestors didn't have companies and cars and a lot of shit happening on the planet, which destroys nature, which destroys the thing that protects us from really bad sun as well. So to always compare us to the ancestors is not really smart to do so, because the outcome is completely different right now. From the basics, yes, that we supposed to eat meat and that will be fine. Also, yes, but also keep in mind that meat is not meat. It's still man-made. So you cannot trust people. You just can't. Because I saw now so many documentaries where they color the meat just to look it more appropriate in a grocery store. So they do the same shit to the meat as they do to sorry, I need to switch hands as they do to fruits and veggies in the end, just in a different kind of variation, and they put stuff in it, especially in sheep meat. So are you really in the position that you can eat the expensive $100 a day grass fed enough to have, meat kind of things? Or do you have your own farm where you get most of the stuff by yourself? Amazing, great. But keep in mind that for most of people, they eat like the really cheap meat and these kind of things, and it's still man-made, and it can be problematic. So just to say everything on carnivore is better is just bullshitting people. That's what I really am a little bit angry about. But things are a little bit better just because you take more care of what you're eating, about the highly processed food, about seed oils, and about sugar. These kind of three things, if you just eliminate that, it doesn't matter if you're American diet, if you're vegan, if you're vegetarian, if you do paleo, keto, whatever you're doing, if you take care of these three things, you are still doing amazing, and you're doing a better job than most of the people do. Me now, just for fun, just of boredom, looking at which I already looked like 1,000 times. What? Sorry, just get a message. Just to have, what did I lose to my thought? Ah, damn it! I'm sorry, I lost my thought. It doesn't matter. But just keep in mind that most of the stuff that also carnivores are sharing right now is a little bit too much sometimes, I think. Also with the coupon codes and to buy things. You people really lose credibility here, really. And I can name now from the bottom of my immediate, like, 6 people who are really doing a bad job in social media right now and really taking away all their credibility by sharing fucking coupon codes for stuff that's not even carnivore, and then also say, I can't say it because then you know who I mean. But because I do love these people, but they are just really overdoing it and really sharing completely wrong stuff which doesn't fit their own journeys. And that's what made me a little bit angry today, I have to say. Because, it's just a little bit in this direction, like a money making machine, and that they will say anything to make people go carnivore and buy their stuff. So I think they have a little bit more of responsibility, being that much of an influence to all of us, to tone it down a little bit, because you get the first class flights, you get the free food and the free amazing steaks on all these events. You don't have to overdo it and just make money, more money, and just to take any kind of brand that offers you a cooperation to take it and then to share coupon codes, and to overdo the selling books and the coaching part and just selling. That's basically all they're doing right now. And I don't like it. I really don't like it. I don't know how you feel about it. We'll love to know in the comments, but that makes me a little bit, sorry, annoyed the last couple of days, actually. Also things they're sharing, like, I don't need who needs to read this, but carnivores don't need electrolytes because our ancestors didn't need electrolytes. Our ancestors didn't have fucking tap water. They went to the mountain and had the mountain water, which contains a lot of minerals. So do you get them? Great. Then you're doing good. If you take just the tap water or bad water or whatever it is, which doesn't contain the minerals, you somehow will have to give it to your body. So in the end, it's the question also, did our ancestors have companies who said that they're having filled the water from the mountains directly into the plastic bottle and shipping it through the countries and selling it to you? And that is a good thing to have these kind of things in plastic as well. So just think about it. Think about it, because everything that is man-made, you cannot then say, but our ancestors. So no. And also, we created an environment that infects all living creatures and everything on the planet. So just because this farmer over here uses organic stuff and blah 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 blah, it doesn't mean that the how do you say that where he's putting all his stuff on it, that it's not coming from above, from the rain, from from earth, that is already contained the shit that we are putting out there in the air with all these companies and all this plastic and all these kind of things. So in the end, we are never sure to eat the right things and to do the right things. So just to overthink it is just stupid. But the one thing that I'm really angry about is these these fight against vegans, because it's so stupid, and people really putting their self on a pedestal. We are so much better than vegans. Look at the vegans, how pale they are, how stupid they are, how bad they are, how misinformed they are. Sean Baker shared, I think it was Sean Baker shared also like this picture, or it wasn't Sean Baker, it doesn't matter, but choose your fighters, and then sharing Chafee and Baker, how old they are, and they have a six-pack, and the other fat doctors who are claiming, how bad meat is. That's just idiotic. Really, it takes away all our credibility, because I can tell you, I can name hundreds fitness influencers I knew personally, friends of mine who are vegan, who are driving on a vegan food, who are doing amazing, who don't have issues, who don't have health issues, who are so much better looking than most of the carnivores I know. So to bash and to pick, the things that will make you look better than others, what the fuck is wrong? It's so stupid. I cannot stand that, because I can name, even from the second, I can name 5 carnivores which are highly influenced, who look horrible. They don't look like healthy and vital. They look like they have really some anorexic problems. And you cannot tell me, and I can give you a lot of examples then on vegans who are looking like real trained, real good looking, not on they're using steroids. These are always, just finding excuses why somebody that is on vegan food can even have a kind of muscles and these kind of things. It's really stupid. Guys, really stop that. I think we really need to combine our energy and to fight against food industry, because that's what we're fighting against. We are fighting against all this fucking sugar crap, starting with all these brands, having it with our kids. When you go out of the grocery, that kids scream that they want more sugar addiction starting because you have it even in your bread. Most of the people don't know that. Just watching all the shows again from where people are fat, also in Germany, it's just freaking insane. These people think that, but spaghetti, that's healthy, and a little bit of sauce and cheese, it's really, everything is healthy, and just a little bit of butter, or I take less butter, but then they put sugar into this crap, which, I saw it also today in a grocery store. No fat, but a ton of sugar. And it's just misinforming and switching the information that people do not realize that. And we also don't realize that at some point. It's just because now we're taking a little bit more care of what we're eating, because we can taste it a little bit better, because we quit everything, every kind of spices, every kind of, processed food. So these people are not dumb. These people are just not, they are not even misinformed. It's just the media, the food industry, the government, the people who have power are influencing us by also changing names from sugar to 100,000 of names of sugar. Who the fuck should know that they have? I bought such a thing without sugar, like big letters without sugar, just some dates, just some healthy stuff for kids, blah blah blah. I changed it, and I read some strange listening things that I never heard before, that they sounded healthy, and I looked it up, and it's basically sugar. It's fucking sugar. So are you fucking kidding me? And these are the things we should fight, because it doesn't matter if you're vegan or keto, paleo, whatever you are, carnivore. These are the things that we're fighting against, not each other. How stupid are you? How can you fight even carnivores? Carnivores fighting carnivores is the most stupidest thing I've ever seen. I think, sorry, but just for purpose of content, please fuck off, do your own journey, create something that makes you really valuable to this community. But bashing other carnivores, are you fucking insane? Are you fucking kidding me? Just for the purpose of what? To make them, embarrass them, just because they are maybe having something that you don't believe in or whatever? Why? Just tell your own experience, your own journey. And if you have some people who are from the government who really have power and they are talking bullshit and influencing people as well, These are the people you should call, call by facts. If you can, if you're a smart person, then you will do that in the end. And that's what really makes me aggressive, because more and more content on carnivore showing up, really bashing carnivores, constantly bashing vegans. I'm happy that we have vegans. We do. They're fighting against, animal cruelty also for kind of cosmetic things and these kind of things. That's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. So just to say bad vegans, come on, guys, really, no. I was a vegan myself, so I do see the benefits of a lot of things, just not from the food part, I can say, because I reacted badly to most of the vegan food. And that's just my personal journey, and that's why I went carnivore, and that's why I feel so much better on carnivore. But I also struggle on carnivore with my histamine issues and a lot of stuff. Just I have, sometimes days just stomach pain, and I'm 134 days in. So no, carnivore is not only sunshine and bubbles and rainbows and unicorns. It's just not. And just to make it sound like that, and to make people then suffer in silence, and they're feeling they're doing something wrong just because it doesn't work for them, because they're not losing that much weight, or they don't feel like that amazing and energized and doing all these things. For me, it's up and down. I don't know what it is. I eat basically most of the time the same things, and it's still every day a different kind of outcome. It depends on stress, emotional problems, if the weather is too hot, also if my MS started kicking in, and my hands are really, really weak right now, and started to hurt a lot because I did stand a lot, I did walk a lot. So there are a lot of reasons for all of that, and heat also impacts my MS hardcore. Um, and there are so many reasons why stuff doesn't work, but that's what I really want to just address, because I think that all these arrogance started to combine in a carnivore world is really totally misplaced. And you will I want, what I do really want is not to everybody turn carnivore. I think that would be the worst thing, because what happens that in my country most of the people turned vegan. So what happened when a lot of people turn to one source of food, or a special source of food? The industry smells the money and creates all this bullshit media marketing fuck off, that people think that's healthy what they're eating, and they're putting shit inside just to make money. So what will happen to the carnivore world? The same thing will happen. People will think they're eating the right stuff. And just looking today also in a grocery store for the beef slices and these kind of things, like the snacks, full of sugar, full of fucking sugar. And it's disgusting. It's just disgusting. I had that months when I started carnivore, and I was tasting it and was like, just, putting it out, because it stands 100% beef on it, on the label. I didn't even check behind, because it was 100% beef, and I was like, okay, yeah, great, it's just beef. Tasted it, was full of sugar. So what will happen with all the meat and all the things? They will try to produce it as cheap as possible. So please, no, I don't want all people to turn carnivore. Not at all. I want people who are very sick to turn carnivore. I want people to be vegan, paleo, keto, everything that helps them, and that they enjoy their journey if it works for them. But if not, that they know there is a possibility of doing something different. I want the government to stop, and especially doctors, really forcing people to hate meat and to be afraid of meat. And believe me, I saw that now so many times, especially my colleagues, when they then eat meat, they are afraid of it. Are you sure? Can I really eat it? I said, it's fucking meat. Are you insane? You're eating a burger. You don't have an issue. You're eating just the beef patties, and you are struggling and being afraid of it. And it's not their fault. It's just not. It's the media. It's the doctors. But my doctor said not to eat meat. It's bad for me. So we need to change that. But we cannot change that when our influencers now started pushing, every fucking code, like a fucking annoying influencer, selling every bullshit they're just getting their hands on, and just, telling people how amazing carnivore is. It will change your eye color. You don't get sunburns. Everything will heal. You will never have depression, anxieties. Don't worry. Your hair will be amazing. Your skin will be amazing. You will lose so much weight. You will be trained. You will have this. You will have that. That's not facts. It's just not. It works for some people, but still some people struggle on all of that. Some people lose hair. a lot of people lose hair, especially because they don't have some kind of vitamins enough for them. Because no, not meat doesn't have everything you need. It depends on what meat you're eating. If you're lucky to eat the grass-fed perfect, yes, but if you eat like really cheap meat that is still manipulated by humans, then probably you don't have all the vitamins you need in the end. So that's hard to tell, it's really hard to tell. So, and the skin, yes, the skin gets a lot of better, but you know why my skin got really good? The last couple of 3 days, it was bad because I didn't put tallow on it. I'm just putting tallow on it. Tallow in the evening. That's it. And for most of the people, it's also the collagen. Collagen, like take just some beef gelatin. It will help you with your skin, and it's not basically just the diet, it's these two things, and you can do it even if you're eating some green stuff and just see if your skin changes. The eye color part, yes, my eyes got more light because I have brown green eyes and they got lighter, but I think honestly it's because even you cut out the shit like processed food and sugar and these kind of things, it changes your whole thing in a body. So it's not basically just the meat or carnivore itself, it's cutting out shit that also affects eyes and eye color, because it's like the old people I know from my grandfather. I don't know how it's called in English when the eyes are really blurry, where you can't see even the color. I think that happens also from the food in general, that you just get a little bit of blurry eyes, and they're got just a little bit more bright when you cut out the crap, you know? So this thing, I can tell you, losing weight, I eat the right things in the end, but it's still for my body, it's the amount I'm eating, how much I'm eating, and I cannot just eat as much as you want. It's so great, eat it, no problem, blah, blah, blah. It's not, of course, I can eat much more than before. I don't get higher from my weight until it explodes. Usually it will go, 71 now. My highest is always 66, even if I overeat on things. So yes, I lost a little bit the weight, but everybody's losing a lot of weight when they're obese already. But if you're there where I am and you have to lose maybe the last 7 kg, 8 kg until 10 kg, for most of the people it is, these 10 kg is on every journey, hard, tough. It doesn't matter if you're carnivore, if you do fasting or whatever you're doing, because at some point your body is doing things are happening, slowing down metabolism, or eat more, eat less, eat more of the fat, eat more of the protein. You have too much of this, too much of that. So even on carnivore, it's a struggle to find out how to create the right amount of things. And for people who are also suffering from cravings and these kind of things, like everyday cravings and constantly thinking about something, it's going to be hard. A lot of people do have willpower. I see it in men very often. They have really hardcore willpower, which I see in men especially, and that's very amazing. But I also can tell you from my experience being a photographer, also doing a lot of influencers and six-pack people and everything, especially men who had amazing willpower and job and their gym and everything. As soon as something happened, like a job change, they have to travel more, be in the car, they have maybe kids they have to take care or have less sleep, their body structure changes extremely because they cannot put the amount of energy into the workouts. Then, something happens in life, or they don't have the routine they used to have. Then something happens and they gain weight and then they lose it because then they fall into depressions because of the weight part. So I can tell you from my experience, just to take care more of yourself and just see what works for you and really focus on yourself and not focus on what are the vegans doing, and bashing these kind of things, but and too much pressure people in your surrounding to do carnivore. I would just tell people and look up what are the names for sugar and just show them, this is what you're buying for your kids, just so you know, because I didn't know. And, do it in this gentle way. Just, I didn't know it too, but I just looked it up, did you know that this is actually sugar? It stands no sugar, but actually there's just a different word for sugar. So that's really hardcore. And this and this and this and this are also words for sugar. And it's really not cool. or to even explain to people what refined oils are, because people don't know that, or corn syrup and these kind of things. Just inform yourself about that and just explain to them these kind of things that will benefit them much more than you pressuring your carnivore lifestyle on them in the end. Because then they will just say, you know, also a lot of comments on Bella's Instagram popping up. You can see it, just it's too much for people. It's too much of an extreme. It's just a different extreme of everything else. Vegan is an extreme, carnivore is an extreme. So, but just to inform people about some things which are facts, which is not based on studies and these kind of things, just what is a refined oil, what are other names for sugar, this will help. You can help people just with this little kind of information in the end, in your surrounding, and they will at the point maybe even be more interested in carnivore, and then they will ask you, hey, how did you do that, and how can I start? And then you can share your experience, and it's much more suitable. So yeah, so I talked now 26 minutes out of boredom. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't bore you too much, but yeah, so I'm just gonna do something. So see you tomorrow as always. Let me know how you see, how's your perspective on these things. Oh my